Dumbbell joint at the elbow, hinge and swivel at the elbow, swivel at the elbow, hinge at the elbow, hinge and swivel at the elbow, elbow goes forward, elbow goes back, ball joint going out into the elbow, hinge at the elbow, and that elbow also goes forward, and then elbowness at the elbow, elbow back, elbow forward, and then rotating elbow for elbow. And maybe that will get it out of my system. Okay, people, welcome back to another Fwoosh. Bang, bang. As always, I am Robo. And if you didn't get the intro, on 2 reviews this week, on 2 separate days, about 2 separate characters, on both of them, I called the shoulder and elbow. And then, on Forearm, I did the shoulder and the knee, called them both elbow. I guess I'm just so excited about getting original trilogy characters again in the Black Series line that I completely lost my sense of anatomy. Can you blame me? Seriously? So in future reviews, I'm gonna have to slow down, think about it, and, you know, use my butt. But let's talk about some Bandai, some COO models, some damn toys, some Marvel Legends, Mezco, MAFEX, Masters of the Universe. I did not mean to put alliteration at the end of that. Here's some new magazine scans of the upcoming Bandai model kits for Han and Luke in Stormtrooper gear. Now, I can't deny the model kit Stormtrooper is my favorite trooper out of any company's offerings. And I never got the Black Series Han and Luke troopers. That makes it sound like Dukes of Hazzard. What shenanigans are them trooper boys gonna get up to next? But I never got the Black Series versions of these, so these are completely welcome. Plus, with the new scanning technology on the heads, that we're gonna get human faces in the model kit line, that's exciting. But looking at these pictures, I don't know if it's the lighting, the pictures themselves, or prototypes, something, but they're looking a little bit rough in the face. Now, I knew we weren't going to get figure arts quality here. I didn't think they were going to go that far, but it's also better than just giving us a blank face and saying, hey, you paint the eyes and the skin tones and the shading and the lips and the eyebrows, everything else. So there's some kind of in-between spot here that this fills in. Don't get me wrong, Han looks okay, but there's something about Luke. Is that a mustache? What's going on there? I don't remember that scene. But again, that may just be lighting or shadow or something casting right there. I'm definitely not saying skipping on these. I'm getting both of these. Now, the scan also shows us the technique or the machines or however they go about printing the faces on these. You can see that Han and Luke, they are definitely different heights. I think Han comes out next month, and then Luke comes out the month after that. And if you're wanting these, don't get too crazy about searching, you know, oh, I gotta find somebody overseas and ship it to me, or I gotta wait for Amazon a couple months from now and wait for slow boat shipping from overseas. These are being brought in by Bluefin. So they should be available everywhere, well, a month later, everywhere that you can find the ship models at the moment. And then to show just how quickly these are coming up, here's the box art for Han. This is almost like they're trying to pin a crime on Han, so they quickly just photoshopped his head onto a body. And it's like, you did it, Mr. Solo. And Solo's just kind of like, come on. But you know what? This is the box. Give me the stuff inside. I don't care. I kind of mentioned these last week. We saw a preliminary, just one shot of one of the Knights. But here are the COO model Palm Empire Knights. There's the Teutonic. Hopefully I said that right. There's the Hospitaller. Again. And then the Templar. Thank you, Assassin's Creed. Each one's looking pretty spiffy. I've seen people pick it apart that this part's not from this era, or this is more modern times, or this was further back. To me, these are just cool looking knights. If you look at the base body, it looks very, very articulated. Now the cloth kind of, you know, hinders movement there. We all have our Mezcos. But seeing the base body look this awesome, it makes it a little bit more tempting. Each one, you can strip them down a little bit, different hands, some armor pieces, you have the shields, the swords. You can play, you know, Iron Man and Dr. Doom go back in time and, you know, to the knights of old, and them both wearing armors, they fit right in, you know, and take on King Arthur, blah, blah, blah. You remember that storyline? These, for me at least, would be cool background characters. But if you're into historical figures, these may find their way onto your shelf. Now, they do run $70, which is about cloth over plastic price these days. Like I said last week, I think of these as Mezco with a historic twist. And you do get quite a bit of stuff, but I'd like to have seen alternate heads or something, because they do look good. But with the Hospitaller, was it the Hospitaller? Yeah, the Hospitaller. I'm just gonna keep saying it until you think I'm saying it right. Hospitaller. The Hospitaller, Dr. Hospitaller, only comes with the screaming head. I like to have neutral faces too when these are available. I like them if you're going to put them in an action scene or, you know, kicking ass all over your shelf, but just standing there, I'm excited to be standing here! And these all should drop Q3. Okay, here's another Mezco type figure with an historic twist, but before we get into that, it's a Nazi. So If it offends, I'm sorry, I'm just reporting on the news. Yes, they were assholes. Yes, they were evil. Yes, they did many, many bad things. But you can't deny the need for at least one for your Captain America to beat on its ass on your toy shelf. And this would be the Damn Toys. I'm gonna have to look at my list because I can't remember all these words. The Damn Toys Pocket Elite 112th German SS Panzer Division Sturmbannfuhrer. And I could see this standing along with the Mezco Red Skull. It would just be a nice background character. And like I said, again, Captain America, fist, fist, punch, punch, down, down, evil, evil, bad, bad. Hopefully this is nicely articulated. And then of course the accessories it comes with, all nicely detailed. And again, like I said about the other figures, 70 bucks, Q3. This week GTP Toys put up for pre-order their closed door section. Now this fits into their space walls, and I'll admit it, I love these damn things. I'm able to just pull them out, stand them up, put my Star Wars figures in front of them, and it makes it look like I can take halfway decent pictures. And I love the walls, but I love the stuff they've made to put in between them too. I like the big blast door. I like the round half circle things that they put in between. I'm sure there's a name for those, but if you go to the side, you'll probably see what I'm talking about. And then of course this doorway. I don't think the doorway opens. I think it's just, you know, background. And then around the top of it and the sides, you can see it's that translucent white. You could probably run LEDs all around that and show light down on the door. Now the door runs about 40 bucks, but you can get two for $70. And, you know, given the price of all their product and the quality that you get, I dig on it. I got two of them, but I may have a problem. Last week we talked about the Tamashii Comic-Con exclusive Stealth Iron Man. Turn around this week and Mezco goes, oh, you saw that? You like that? You like the blue? Well, here's the 112th Collective PX exclusive Stealth Iron Man. Come on guys, you are killing me. How am I supposed to choose between all this stuff? Although this one's a little easier to get, I can just go online, pre-order it, it'll show up at my door. With the Comic-Con exclusive one, maybe a little bit harder to get. But I really like the blue. Don't get me wrong, I love the red and gold, but you throw blue on something, especially two-tone like this, and I'm gonna want it. And then the red effects kind of bounce off that blue nicely. On the standard version, the effects are blue and they look kind of watery because they're shaped like raindrops and water drops and such. Put it in red and it looks more blasty. Blasty? Keeping it. But that may be a problem for some people because this is essentially, well, this is basically the standard version, just different color. I would have liked to have seen the more comic accurate, even though it's Mezco, they put their own spin on it. It's not comic accurate at all. It's their own thing. But I would have liked to have seen an homage to the comic version of the stealth armor with the shoulder pads. And then they could have rolled the shoulder pads into a Silver Centurion version. My contact info's in the description, Mezco. All you gotta do is give me a call. Now, like I said, PX exclusive, which is previews, which, you know, distributes to comic shops and online stores. So shouldn't have a problem getting this unless they allocate, you know, orders and say, nope, you can't have enough. This will cost you $90 and it should be out fall of this year. If you missed out on the Medicom MAFEX Spider-Man Homecoming figure, and why did you? I told you about it. I said it was better than the figure arts. Trust me. If you missed out on that, it's getting reissued in July. It must have sold like pancakes. It must have sold like hotcakes because you don't see a lot of Medicom figures get reissued. Not off the top of my head, but then again, I call knees elbows, so what the hell do I know? Now, I would go for the MAFEX version, because even though the figure arts was pretty amazing when it came out before the MAFEX, I was like, ooh, the figure art's pretty sweet. Look, he can crouch. And then the MAFEX came along and said, hey, ours is better proportioned, while still giving you all that same articulation. And the eyes aren't silver, which for some reason is a huge deal in my book. So if you missed the MAFEX, get the MAFEX. I'm talking about the same toy. I'm just bringing that joke back for whatever confusing reason. PowerCon has announced their Masters of the Universe exclusives for this year, and that would be Club Gray Skull, which means Filmation style, Spycore, Chopper, and Uncle Montork with Driel. I guess they called him Chopper in the cartoon. Jitsu was for the toy. I did not know that. You learn something every day, like, you know, knee. Can't stand up straight. The things I do for a gag. Now, some people don't dig on the Filmation style. me, myself, I can't get enough. It's so nostalgic. I remember getting home after school, or my mom even picking me up early so I could watch Masters of the Universe after school. I may have been a little bit spoiled. So Spy Corps brings back a lot of memories, so does Chopper. But the ones that hit me the most is Montork and Driel. I really dig the Orko figure. So putting Montork and Driel with him, it's win-win. Not so much as the $50 price tag. I understand they're exclusive. I understand there's crunch time. I mean, the pre-orders for this open April 7th, and it'll run to May 13th, which doesn't give the factory a lot of time, plus shipping, to get all those toys to PowerCon in August. I don't have any worries about them not showing up, but that's cutting it close. Now, if you order all three, it will be $135, so there is a slight cut in that. There's shipping, and then there's handling on top of that. I think last year there was an extra charge for something. They're not doing that this year. From what I understand, these will ship after PowerCon at some point. I think because of the cutting it close to the con, they're going to get the toys to the con and then work their way. Because it's all fan, based. They don't have a professional shipper. They're all working on this themselves. So it'll be after the con, probably a slow process of getting them all shipped out. And that's okay. I'm still deciding. I don't really need Chopper. Spy Corps is pretty cool, but I may have to get Montork and Driel. You little minx, you. And Driel, too. What is the beard? And then finally, the Walgreens exclusive Marvel Legends Fantastic Four Silver Surfer has been found in stores in Mexico. Now, we were expecting Thing to come next. Well, I was expecting Thing to come next, but Silver Surfer slipped in there before he could get out. Which makes sense. The release schedule seems to have been, so far, supporting character, Fantastic Four, another secondary character in the Fantastic Four universe, Fantastic Four member. So Silver Surfer coming out next, not expected, but should have been expected. Plus, he's mostly reuse. The Thing, completely new sculpt. They may be still working on him. As you can see, the silver is nice. Yes, they've used this effect 5 million times, but I'm digging the yellow, glittery, sparkly against the chrominess, well, not really chromy, but silveriness of the silver. And then the alternate hands, amazing. Yes, they could have just done the surfing hands, which would have kind of sucked, because then you put them here. So I'm always down for fists, and then power hands. And then, of course, the surfboard. It has one peg for the foot to go on. I think the problem is going to be no stand. $20, you're getting alternate hands, power effects, silver figure, surfboard. I guess I'll have to figure out something for the stand myself. How dare you, Hasbro? I put so much faith in you. Always mistreating me. So that is it for this week. I don't really have anything else to talk about. How you guys doing? Doing good? I got some new Star Wars figures earlier in the week. It was pretty freaking amazing. Something I forgot to say about Forlom, because of his elbow articulation, you can put him in a more at-ease stance. It just looks so much better than the C-3PO. C-3PO looks stiff, like he's stuck. Forlom's a little bit more laid back, hey man, I'm just trying to hunt some bounties. And then of course Tarkin, he looked great on the shelf. Next week, I'll get into Gus. We'll see how that works out. I've been trying to find a custom head, something, balding but long hair, beard, one eye, kind of closed. But Marvel Legends hasn't released their movie Mandarin yet. I could work with that. I guess my brain is stuck on that. If you guys have any suggestions for a head, throw them into the comment section, because I have writer's block. But if I don't find anything else, I'm still going to review Gus next week. And I'll try to remember basic anatomy. So if you like this weekly, comment, like, subscribe. I'll catch you on the Fwoosh. The elbow's connected to the elbow bone. The elbow's connected to the elbone? Did I just say elbone? You can't even say elbow right anymore. You know how you say your own name over and over and over, and it sounds like gibberish after a while? That's what elbow sounds like now.